The VMC board is mounted on the back of the door inside the security area. This area of the machine cannot be accessed until the door has been opened. The VMC board has two fuses, a 5 amp fuse at position F1 and a 7.5 amp fuse at position F2. Both fuses are referred to as mini blade fuses and are available at most auto parts stores. If either fuse fails, a red LED light will illuminate just to the right of that fuse. A fuse has been removed to simulate a failed fuse. Note the illuminated LED. The F1 fuse protects the robot arm, the freezer lid lift assembly, and the currency system. The F2 fuse protects the circulation fan located on the back of the cabinet. The time and date memory are saved by a 3-volt battery. The battery size is CR2032. To the right and slightly above the fuses is the piezo or buzzer. The piezo at BZ1 beeps every time a key is pressed. On the top of the VMC board, located on the right side, we have the micro SD card slot located at position J28. The board will accommodate any micro SD card that has a capacity of 8 gigabit or less. Just to the right of the micro SD slot on the right side of the board is the J15 header for the door switch. If this connector is left unplugged, the machine will always be in vending mode with the display screen reading, "Please insert money." Just below J15, we have the J2 and J9 headers for customer keypad 1 and customer keypad 2. Both of these locations will accommodate the customer keypad connectors. There is a customer keypad located on the front of the machine and another located on the back of the security door. These customer keypads need to be plugged into either board location J2 or J9. Below the customer keypad plugs, we have two service keypad headers labeled J10 and J11 for service keypad 1 and service keypad 2. There is only one service keypad, the keypad with the load and close buttons on it. It can be plugged into either of the service keypad positions. The display board plugs into J12, located below the service keypad connectors on the right side of the VMC board. Always check to see if the other end of the connector that plugs into the back of the display board is seated. On the bottom right of the VMC board is J17, cabinet link, and J16, auxiliary. Neither of these two board locations are currently in use. Continuing left, we see J7, main arm. This position is used for the 10-pin gray ribbon cable that extends to the shoulder and elbow encoders. There are two guides on this header, and it's important that they're aligned correctly with the connector before they're plugged in. J6, forearm, is located just left of J7. The harness that plugs in at J6 completes the circuit for the Z-axis board, the Z-home switches, and the Z-encoder. There are two guides on this header as well. They need to be used to align the connector properly when it's plugged in. When plugged in correctly at the VMC board, the J6 and J7 gray ribbon harnesses should be oriented upwards. Continuing left is the J5 arm motors header. This harness drives the robot arm, shoulder, elbow, and the up-down motors. J3 freezer, on the left side of the board, houses all harnessing relating to the freezer, including the circuits controlling the freezer lid lift motor, freezer open switch, freezer closed switch, and temperature sensor, as well as the circulation fan. Above J3, freezer, is the header for the multi-drop bus labeled J8 MDB. All currency and telemetry related components plug into this harness. Continuing clockwise around the VMC board, directly above J8 MDB is J4 vacuum. This harness will plug into the vacuum motor circuitry at the bottom of the door. J1 power is the header on top of the VMC board on the left side. There are two 27-volt DC circuits on this header, the main power for the VMC board, and the vacuum. To the right of J1 power is a header designated as J13 DEX, which is where the DEX harness plugs into the VMC board. Finally, we have J14 and J21, neither of which are currently in use.